Well, this is going to be two firsts for me. This is my very first hexacopter, which I'm really looking forward to having a go with and running through a full review with you. And the other thing is, Gearbest contacted me and asked me whether I would do a review on this, which I'm really pleased about because I was just about to order one online when I saw they'd come out. So let's see how we go. The review will be exactly the same as all my reviews. It will be how it works in the real world, how long it lasts, the battery, how far it flies and everything. It's not going to make any difference that it's being supplied by a shop basically. This is the Mjx X901 and let's have a run through it. The box is really good. I think it's very well packaged. It shouldn't really get damaged when it's coming over, which is good. And the quad doesn't actually... Sorry, the hexacopter, going to have to struggle getting used to that. It doesn't actually move around, which is good as well. And it's good for display, I would imagine. So let's just get it out. And there we go. This is a really neat looking hexacopter. I think it's really smart. Just comparing it to the Mjx CX10, you can see this is quite a little bit bigger, but definitely still a hexacopter without a doubt. We'll run through the battery and everything, and I'll get it on charge, and then we'll see how it flies, how long that battery lasts. You can't actually change the battery without taking it all apart, so same as most of the nanos are. And in the rest of the box, we've got the controller, which is very similar to the Mjx CX10 again, just one of these very small tiny controllers, but it's supposed to be kept in your pocket I think, and easy to carry around. Probably going to take some AAA batteries in the back of there, so we'll pop them in and I'll run through the controls when I've actually got it flying. I think that would be more helpful. And then the other thing in the box is the instructions, which I'll have a look through and let you know what I think of those while the hexacopter is charging up. And the last thing, definitely the last thing in there, is a USB charger, like all the little ones seem to come with, and a spare set of props. Yes, a complete set. You've got the 6 there. So what I'll do is get this on charge and let you know what I think when it's flying. Okay, while the hexacopter is charging up, I'll just pop the batteries into the remote control. You will need a small Phillips screwdriver, which doesn't actually come with this quad. If you're into quads or hexacopters or anything RC, you tend to get screwdrivers with them. If not, it's just an ordinary small Phillips. So there we are, all ready to go. You've got your on-off power here, and you can hear it bleeping there, but obviously it's not going to find the quad because that's not charged yet or turned on. Okay, so I've had a chance to have a look through the instruction manual, and it's actually very good. I'm impressed with it. Most of the manuals I've had on the other quadcopters I've got, I've had some very bad translations from Chinese into English, but this is actually really well done. It's just in English, so that's brilliant for me, the American and the British market. And it is really good. If you're just new to flying, this will explain how all the controls work, how to set it all up and how to charge it and everything. Pretty impressed with it. A very good instruction manual. I knew there was one bit in the instructions that I found a little confusing, and it's actually this bit here. It says connect the battery wire plug to the power wire plug, then the hexacopter is on. Now, most quadcopters, certainly the bigger ones than these, have a battery that you do connect up with a small connector, but this one's actually, I would imagine, soldered in, and there's no way of getting to the battery without undoing all these screws. So if you're new to this, that wouldn't be a good way of starting, certainly. What there is though is a massive on-off written here for you, but there's a tiny switch here just built into the body that you flick on, and then you know it's on because the LEDs are on, so you don't really need the big on and off. You got 4 at the back, and then you've got 2 at the front. 2 at the front are amber, and the 4 at the back are the blue. I'll just turn off the light so you can see how good it is in the dark. And I think for the size of the quad, they're actually quite bright. Okay, to fly the hexacopter, simply turn it on the back, turn on the control, up and down on the throttle, then up and down again, and now they're bound, which means that anything I do on the controls now will actually control the hexacopter that way. And these work exactly the same as they do on any other quadcopters I've used. So if you want to go to the left, you simply push it to the left and it will go to the left, right, to the right. If you push this one to the left, it will turn the hexacopter to the left, and obviously to there. To go up, you just simply lift this one and it will go up. And if you want to go forward on that one and backwards on that one, which means the copter will go away from you or come back towards you. That's obviously with the head facing away from you. If it turns round and it's starting to come towards you, obviously they're in reverse. A nice feature of this controller is it actually has trim buttons. So if we were down here, which is throttle off basically, if we bring it up into a hover, it should just sit in a steady hover. This is indoors without any wind or anything to affect it. But on hover, if it starts to drift right or left, you can use this trim button here and you simply press it in the opposite direction. So if it's going right, you press left. Or if it's drifting forward or drifting backwards, you use this trim button here for forward or backwards. Okay, so we've got the hexacopter and the controller. So flick the switch to on, flick on the remote control, and you get a fast flashing light. And you click it up once, you get just more of a constant flashing light, and then when you flick it again, you get a solid light, and the LEDs have stopped flashing as well. And there we go. So this nice and smooth. That's full left, so quite slow, and full right, which is quite good because if you're learning to fly, you want something nice and slow, you really don't want it fast. And that's full roll left and full roll right. Now this has 3 different settings for speed adjustment, for adjustment of the controls, and basically to do that we simply press this left button. So that's on 1, this is on 2, which is much faster, much better. As you can see, it's much more responsive. There we go, doing funnels. Does you lose a little bit of altitude, but they tend to anyway. Cope well with the grass there as well. So that's on 2. I'll just give it a quick. Those LEDs are really good. I quite like it. Yeah, nice on 2. Let's see what we do on 3. So click the left button again, like you've probably just heard. Now, if we go on the roll on this, it will actually flip. And if we go over, let's see if we go over 95%, and if we go over 95% forward, it will flip as well. Whoops, lose a little bit of altitude, just fair enough. So if you use the controls gently, it won't flip. And if you use them quite hard, right over, there we go. It does a perfect flip. Well, that turns much better. Well, that flies nicely. You can see how fast it is now. Whoops. The only thing we have to be careful of is the if we go a little bit over on the right hand button, if we go too far that way, up or down, it will flip in whatever direction you're going. There we go. I was trying to give it full forward, but that didn't quite work. There we go. Well, we've had a couple of bangs there, so, and actually no damage, it seems to be fine. So just a little hand launch. There we go. So actually it's not difficult to get used to. Just if you get into a bit of a panic mode, you do tend to move the controller quite hard. So. Whoops. Yeah, so its recovery is not particularly great. It needs quite a lot of throttle to get going, but then it is, 22 grams. And like I say, the little CX10 is only 12, so there's quite a lot of difference. Very good. I like the way it sort of makes a noise when it starts to do anything. You get a real roar off it. Stop looking at the controller, Keith, when you're supposed to be flying. So that's gone back into 1. Now you can see that's full throttle, and it's not going to do a lot, as you can see, which is fair enough. On 2. Let's see what the range is like. Whoops, she's gone out of range there. There we go, soon got it back on. So I'll paste that out actually and see how far we went. Oh, and we're getting the flashing LEDs, which means the power's nearly gone. Yep, as you can see, she's... Whoops! There we go. So flashing LEDs means we're all over. Okay, so it's just check the weight. 22.5, 22.6, so that's more or less what it said. 22 grams it says on the actual instructions, and then just to see it with the CX10 is just over 12, so the hexacopter's nearly twice the weight of the CX10. Okay, so my summary of this hexacopter. Controller is very small, but it's the same on the other nanos that I own. It is good, it works very well. I really like the hexacopter. I think it looks good. It flies well. It'd be a good one to have for a beginner, I think. I didn't fly indoors this time, but it would actually be no problem at all to fly indoors. Quite simple. My slight criticism of it, when you compare it to a CX10, is the CX10 you can get a little cage for it, which when you're learning to fly, if you hit the walls or anything, you don't break the props. I did have a few crashes with this, as you saw. Nothing's broken, which I'm quite impressed with, but a little cage around those props, which would probably be quite difficult on a hexacopter, but that would really sell it for me. It's £14, which is about $20. Would I pay that for it? Yes, I would. I think it's well worth it. I think it's a good little hexacopter. Another thing I liked about it was the actual charging. I don't know if the camera will pick this up, but when you put it in, it clicks, so you actually know it is going to work. On the Mjx CX10, there's 2 tiny little pins that push in, and you're never 100% sure it's actually there, so I prefer the charging port on this as well. All in all, I think a really good little hexacopter. Well done Mjx for making it, and thank you very much GearBest for letting me review it for you.